It's a Money Monday.
Oh yeah.
So excited today.
We're pumped up, right? It's a Money Monday, and this week we'll be talking about that mind.
The most powerful muscle that one has, which is the mind.
Yeah, so now today we'll be talking about mental freedom before financial freedom, right?
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Please make sure that you liked, subscribed, shared, and please do comment. We like to hear what your thoughts are based on today's topic.
Non-well. Starting off today's session with a
Powerful
quote,
quote.
powerful quote
Yeah.
from Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it will achieve.
Wow. That's a really powerful quote that we actually went through, right? So now today's topic will be talking about mental freedom before financial freedom, right? Today's topic is really interesting because now we have two starting points that actually lead to one point, right? So now with your comments, we'll actually have a million, hopefully, a million starting points that would actually reach to one direction. So now today we'll be talking about mental freedom. What is your perspective in terms of mental freedom?
Well, mental freedom, as we said, we have different perspective of it. One will tell you that mental freedom means this to them, and somebody it might mean something totally different. So, according to me, and why mental freedom is important before financial freedom is that I take this as a ladder, whereby if financial freedom is at the top, we need to start with mental freedom, because our mental freedom or our mental capacity will actually impact how free we will be with regards to finances. So now, when we're speaking about mental freedom, what I have in mind is algorithms in mind, algorithms that are actually happening in our minds, because us as humans, we've highlighted this that we are habitual people. So we have patterns of how we do things. We have several behavioral patterns, and if you can take this into cognizance, you'll actually notice that, okay, do I have a problem with regards to spending my credit so much, or do I have a problem with regards to buying liability so much? So now the reason where, or no, not necessarily the reason. Once you find out that who are you, and what do you like, and is it destructive or constructive towards your lifestyle, then you actually see a way forward with regards to financial freedom.
It's like going home, right? When you actually come from work and you're going home, right? You are most likely to take the same route every day
Not
if you do not
unless,
have any detours, right?
yeah,
If you're
yeah.
going from your workplace to home every day and you do not have any detours or maybe starting off somewhere, you'd actually start from home and then go to your house. Not home house rather, your home and work, right? So now starting from your home and going to work, you'd actually take the same route, right? You're most likely to take the same route. I think that speaks towards the algorithms
True.
that we actually had created in the mind, right?
True. And because now our subconscious system takes over, we tend not to take notice of this. Hence, we are highlighting this thing that we need to understand our behavioral patterns as humans. That, okay, I think, and when you're doing this, that's when you also critically analyze yourself, and you become free, more of a constructive criticism. You look at yourself and you're like, you know what, I have a problem with credit. I can't really manage credit. And once you identify that, that's the first step. We're not saying that you need to cancel it once you identify that you have a problem. You'd rather take measures. Why is credit working out for person A, but it's not working out for person B? We link that with our behavioral patterns. We link that with our algorithms. Okay, I'm more of a fun person, so every weekend I like spending time with the guys and the ladies, and we just having a joy. But now you see, in the long run, this is actually having a negative impact towards my financial stability.
Okay.
So through that, you can actually take measures and work around with that shortfall at that particular point in time. What's your take on
Mental freedom,
mental
right?
freedoms?
So my perspective in terms of mental freedom is that you actually need to be whole in what you actually want to do, right? You need to be all in, no matter what, the good, the bad. You need to be all in, right? Mental freedom for me, it's could be used in the same context as mental stability, right? So now in terms of, let's say we all want money, right? But now someone comes up and say, hey man, construction has money, right? Then you opt for construction then. Okay, I'm going to go into construction. But then tomorrow comes and someone says, hey man, property is the way, right? Now you're studying on property, right? So now it doesn't actually help you build a building block, right? Because now you know when you're actually going to build a house, you need to start with a foundation. After foundation, you start with actually building the structure, right? So now what happens for me, how I can actually put this into context is that when everybody is coming up with different ways of making money, using the same example, if someone says, okay, construction is the way to go, right? You start building a solid foundation on it, right? And then someone says property is the way. Then you start building foundation on that. Then someone says trading is the way. Then you start building a foundation on that. You end up having a lot of foundations without a house, right? So now for me, mental freedom is actually getting to know who you are,
True.
what makes you happy, right? Besides your children, besides your parents, besides your spouse, what makes you happy? If you were about to drop your buckets right now and say, you know what? Should I drop my buckets right now and go for something? This is what I would go for, right? That's what mental freedom is for me.
True. And what mental freedom does for us, we need to understand something, that mental freedom actually provides that freedom for the mind to excel in whatever. If you in a space whereby you're free, as you said, let's say I'm in the construction business, and I know that this is something dearly to my heart, it's gonna make me actually become strong and surpass days whereby we're having hardships with it, because I know that this is close to my heart. So now what mental freedom does, it releases chemicals within your brain that makes you act or even actually work to your optimum level,
Oh, yeah.
because you're enjoying what you're doing. So now if now we're going to be including financial success, and now you're doing what you like doing, so financial success is inevitable.
Yes.
Because now you will be doing whatever that you love, and you will be putting everything to it. We're talking about growth in that particular industry, and then financial freedom will just be a matter of time, because now you're not rushing, you're not looking at the end goal, you're rather enjoying what you're doing at this particular point in time.
It's the same view that I have, right? So now, if we're going to link your financial freedom with your mental freedom, is that okay? You ask yourself, if I was to do something for free, right? Would I be comfortable with it through the good and the bad, right? If I don't get paid for the next 3 months, right? Would I be actually happy with that, right? So now once you have established that, what would you be happy with, right? Say for instance, property, right? If I do not get paid in the next 3 months with regards to property, would I still be happy? Would I still be willing to actually take on the challenges without actually thinking about money, right? Thereafter, I actually equip myself with the skills that will help me to be able to monetize the the work that I'm actually doing, right? Right after there, that's when I go in. I go in full in, right? I go in.
With mental freedom, sure, this is a quite interesting topic, I don't want to lie. um what the point whereby I saw that I've actually reached that level, we've reached that level, was when you start defying norms, when you start defying norms that are out there that actually work against you. For instance, this might sound quite challenging to others, because when I always explain this to my friends, it'll seem like I'm an alien of some sort. For instance, this thing of we have 24 hours. If everybody thinks that, okay, everybody knows that we have 24 hours in one day, but now one of the guys that we're following asked us, why should you have 24 hours in one day?
Okay? Could you please explain that further?
Because now most of the time you have, okay, not most of the time actually, in all times we all know that we have 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
And then but now this particular person, which is Ed Milet that we follow, he talked about dividing our day into three. So now each day has 8 hours if we divide it by three.
Okay.
So now what that creates is scarcity of time. And once you have scarcity of time into this game that we play, you know that you have to max out. Those are his famous words. Max out every second.
Yeah.
You have to max out every second. So now if you know that you don't have so much time, for instance, day one, it's 8 hours. So that would be, for instance, let me give you a practical example. We know that our day starts from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. That's the first day. So now you already know that I can't waste any time during that first day.
Time can't be wasted.
Time can't be wasted.
Yeah.
And if I can give you another practical example that will link you to this, if let's say you had data, you had something like 200 gig of data, and you had the whole year to spend 200 gig of data, how will you use that 200 gig?
It would be moderate, right?
It would be moderate.
You would use it. You wouldn't use it aggressively. Right?
You wouldn't use it aggressively.
Okay.
But now what if I gave you 200 gig and I told you that it's going to expire within the next hour?
Oh my God, I would connect with everything. I would take out all my laptops. I would tell people to hotspot me.
Okay.
I would actually use that 400 gig.
True.
Yeah.
So can you see now it's the same brain, but now it's reacting different because of what? Because of the environment set. So now we need to understand that we need to tap into the scarcity. We need to tap into the scarcity mentality whereby we will be maxing out everything that we love.
Okay.
If I'm into insurance, I know that I do not have time to waste. I need to sell. If I'm into construction, I know that I can't waste time. I need to build right now.
Yes. Because now if the one day has passed, you know that you have lost 3 days if
True.
you didn't do anything in that
True.
particular day, right?
True. So now, basically what we're saying is that the picture that we're trying to paint out is that we as humans have behavioral patterns. And these behavioral patterns, all of them, they're linked to the mind. The same mind can react different given a different situation.
Okay.
So now we need to tap into that space whereby we max out our mental capacity so that we can achieve optimum results.
Okay. So now a question that I have for you, right, is that why is it important for someone to actually achieve that mental freedom?
Why is it, as I said now, what made us realize that we need to start pushing as soon as possible is that we tapped into that mental realm, that mental space that we need to use this brain of ours in a more constructive manner. We need, because now what we all know is that a brain, our mind, acts as a sponge.
Okay.
So now whatever that we're watching, whatever that we're listening to, we're actually absorbing. So now once you start realizing what you love and start focusing on it and you can become obsessed with whatever that you love, you're going to understand the beauty of it and you're going to really treasure it because you'll be spending so much time and investing everything within it.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. I feel like the importance for me, why actually you need to attain your mental freedom, right? It's that it just makes you a happier person, right?
True.
You just see someone walking on the streets smiling, right? They don't have everything that they need to be happy, but now they're just happy. You ask yourself, why are they happy? I feel like they have attained that mental freedom that, okay, this is what I'm doing and I'm doing because I love it.
True.
Right?
True.
After doing it because I love it, now it just brings out that aura in me that, okay, this is what I love doing and this is what I am doing with my life, right? Unlike going to a place every day and regretting, right? Looking back and saying, oh my God, I wasted half of my years, right? Doing something that I didn't want to do. That's what I feel that mental freedom actually gives you. It gives you, it just relaxes your mind knowing that you're actually doing what you love.
True.
So now how did you attain that mental freedom?
With mental freedom, what I'd like to highlight before I answer that now is that there's no ceiling.
Yes.
There is no end result. So that's why I'm saying I wanted to highlight this. I'm discovering something every day about me
Okay.
by, as I said, listening, reading, and watching things that will develop me
Okay.
in whatever route that I'm taking in life. So it's a continuous ball that's rolling and there's no end to it. There's absolutely no end to it. Just like there's no end to happiness. I can't cap happiness. I can't say happiness is out of 10. So now, hence, we are actually becoming happier every day
Every day.
because we're investing in ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We're discovering more things, and we want to develop ourselves to any way that we can. How about you?
I mean, how I attained my mental freedom, right, is that I actually looked at the various careers which I love, right? I'm a person that loves to invest. I'm a person that actually loves to take risks, right? So now, if I do not take any risks, I feel like my life isn't really fulfilled, right? I'm a real adrenaline junkie, right? When I do something that is new, when I take risks, that's when I feel that I'm alive. But now once I stop taking risks, once I stop actually being me, I feel like my life is stagnant. Once I start getting comfortable, I feel like my life, there is no life to my life, right? So now that's how I actually achieved my mental freedom.
Oh, that's very interesting, I must say. So we leave it up to you guys. That it's a perspective game with regards to mental freedom. However, at the end of the day, we all want happiness. We all want to be in a place whereby we enjoy what we're doing, which is the end result.
Yes.
And if it does come, hopefully it comes with financial freedom, it would be best. That's the message that we're trying to drive home. The
Yes.
same route.
Just to close it off, right? There's a exercise that Napoleon Hill actually um, prescribed to people to actually have a good day, right? He said that for 1 minute you should close the doors, right? Guess what you'd be doing in this 1 minute?
What?
Just take a wild guess.
Tell us.
You just laugh for 1 minute. You laugh at nothing. You just laugh. Have a good laugh, right? The one that comes from the stomach. You just laugh for 1 minute, right? So now what that does, it actually releases chemicals in your mind that actually help you to become happy.
I mean, I feel better after that 20-second laugh that I just did right now.
Imagine what 1 minute could do for you then. Explained, right?
Hope that was mind blowing.
Right? Two perspectives going to one
Same.
place.
Which is happiness.
Don't forget to laugh for 1 minute, guys. Close those doors and laugh. Just have a good laugh for 1 minute.
Non-wealth. Hope you guys love, like, and are
Share
sharing.
and subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe, right?
Non-wealth.